Hello, and welcome to another episode of You Would Think. Full disclosure, this is a trial channel where we discuss and engage in conversation and just talk about trials in general. I am not an attorney. I do not practice law. I do not have a law degree. Again, this is a trial channel, and these are opinions. I do, however, have a degree in forensics and crime scene technology. So true crime and trials have really always been a hobby. And I thought, why not turn that hobby into a channel where I can discuss the cases with other people and discuss them with you and see what you think from your perspective. So, today we're going to be covering Patrick Clancy's testimony on day one of Lindsay Clancy's trial that began Tuesday, was it the 28th? Monday the 27th. And then we'll cover day two, which was a day later, on a different video. So, put all your questions and comments in the comment section, like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so we are on day one of Lindsay Clancy's murder trial. Lindsay Clancy is the Massachusetts mother who strangled her 3 children and then jumped out of her second-story bedroom window 20 feet to the ground, and now she's paralyzed. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts claim she did it intentionally, whereas the defense counters saying this was a woman who was really trying to seek help for her mental health and that she was in a postpartum psychosis when she committed the crime and should not be held criminally responsible. So really the case is the defense has stipulated, yes, she committed the crime, but was she in her right mind? They say that she was in a psychosis and therefore should not be held criminally responsible. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear some of what you think. But then moving on to Patrick Clancy's testimony. And by the way, they're divorced, and he is now remarried and has a family again. But I get the feeling through this testimony, Patrick Clancy is on her side, especially because he has filed 2 civil lawsuits against her doctors and medical professionals that he failed, or he's stated have failed her. But we're going to discuss his testimony on direct today. So, a few things I noticed off the bat was it seemed as though the Commonwealth put this poor man on the stand for a few details relating to Lindsay's behavior from his perspective, but then they switch gears and start showing photos of his children and to the jury and asking him what they were like, what their personalities were. And, you can clearly see he's having a really hard time managing his emotions during this testimony, which really has no material value since, again, they're not saying Lindsay didn't commit this crime. They're stipulating that she did commit this crime. But it's what state of mind was she in when she did it? So there really is no real material purpose for these questions except to invoke emotion out of Patrick, and therefore invoke emotion from the jury, or anger from the jury that this crime occurred at all, which I just think is really hitting below the belt and is not very nice or professional of the Commonwealth, but here we are.
At that time,
Cora was into princesses, and she had a lot of friends, and she just liked taking care of people.
and showing you Dawson, correct?
Yes.
What kind of things was Dawson interested in 2020?
He was into firefighters and trucks. And he liked Paw Patrol.
Exhibit 11, Alan was only 8 months old, correct?
Correct.
Did he have any interest or
He was just a happy baby.
picture clearly indicate their sizes in relation to each other in January of 2023?
Yes.
After Lindsay was released from McLean Hospital, was there a birthday party for Cora on January 7th, 2023?
Yes.
And who had organized that birthday party?
I think we both did.
Okay. And where was it?
It was at Nova in Plymouth.
And was Lindsay present for the party?
Yes.
And do you recall who got all the supplies and everything for the party?
I think Lindsay did.
We could play a video. I'm going to ask you to look at a video and just tell me if you recognize this as a video from the party. Or was that from the party?
Yeah.
And was that Cora seated in front of Lindsay while singing Happy Birthday?
Yeah.
And there's a second clip. Again, was that Cora and Lindsay?
Yeah.
Hope to have the birthday videos. That's the next exhibit.
That may be admitted.
13 so far. From Cora's birthday party until January 23rd, 2023, did you check on and check in with Lindsay?
Every day.
And how did you do that?
I would ask her in the morning how she's feeling, how she slept.
And did she tell you that she was sleeping better?
Maybe a little bit better, but she's still struggling.
And did you ask her during that time if she had suicidal thoughts?
Yeah.
And what was her response?
She told me no.
She told you what?
She said no.
No. Did she?
Yes.
Was the defendant able to participate in activities with the children while at the museum on January 8th?
Yes.
I'm going to pull up some photographs. Just ask you to ID or identify everyone in the photograph so that the jurors can follow their movements through the video footage in the video. So if I may. down here in the maroon colored shirt.
It's Dawson.
Dawson, okay. And in the red skirt.
Cora.
And in the gray jacket.
Lindsay.
And here, pushing the carriage.
That's me.
And is Callan in the carriage at that time?
Yeah.
So as soon as she puts that first picture of Cora up, the defense objects immediately, rightfully so. Because for one, if you remember last week before the trial, a couple of the motions that were put before the judge to consider was what evidence could be shown to the media, the jury, and one of the rulings said that the autopsy photos and autopsy photos, of course, could not be, broadcasted by the media or shown to the gallery of the courtroom, but also only a select few pictures of the children could be shown at all. So as soon as they stick that picture of Cora up there and start asking him questions, the defense objects. Then they have a sidebar. When they come back from sidebar, the Commonwealth shows him a few more pictures, and then they move on. The fact that I don't know, I really didn't like how, because that was heartbreaking, right? Like, this, you could see this man just trying not to come undone. And for what? What purpose? We know the kids. Whatever. Comments in the comments. So, some other facts that were extracted from Patrick on his direct testimony was that Lindsay had only ever told him she was having sleeping problems. He never saw it. So the Commonwealth there, I think, is insinuating that she was lying. He also mentioned that her telehealth psychiatric appointments were very quick, and all they did was just prescribe medication. And from somebody who has a telehealth psychiatric doctor, that's exactly what they do. And I'm sure I'm not alone. Again, let me know in the comments. I'm curious. And so he was asked, some foundational questions about her medication. What they were, how they were prescribed, to his knowledge. And they were presented at one point a bunch of pill bottles as evidence. Those pill bottles were obtained by the Commonwealth because Patrick at one point had brought them months earlier to the police station because he was concerned about his wife. And that she was making some very scary statements, which I'm sure we can surmise what those were. And maybe the Commonwealth brought that up also to note that she may not have been taking her medications the way that she was supposed to. Then we get to December of 2022, when she began taking Seroquel. Seroquel, or quetiapine, is generally used to treat schizophrenia, acute, manic, and depressive episodes of bipolar disorder, and as an add-on treatment for major depression. Its off-label use is sometimes prescribed for sleep or anxiety because of its sedative qualities. But one of the more serious risks with Seroquel can include movement disorders like the tardive dyskinesia or the neuroleptic malignant syndrome, which is basically just a severe nervous system reaction. So he said that after she began taking Seroquel in December of 2022, that she became even more depressed, shared some intrusive thoughts about harming herself and the kids.
She was physically after starting the Seroquel.
Awful.
How so?
That was really where her big spiral started. She started to lose a lot of weight, and she became very depressed, and she was having a really hard time.
And did she describe to you some thoughts or feelings that she was having at that time?
Yeah, she started to say she was.
And was that in December of 2022?
I think so, yeah.
And when she told you she was ill, did you ask her if she had a plan on how to?
Yes.
And what was her response?
She said no.
And did she ever mention a specific way or plan she had to you?
No.
And at some point in time, did she tell you that this was the first time she had thoughts?
I don't know if she mentioned it was the first time or not. I just remember her saying she had them.
Had you ever heard her say that to you before, that she was having?
No.
Did you own at that time a Surface Pro, a type of tablet that works as a laptop?
Yeah.
And who had access to that laptop?
We both did.
You and Lindsay?
Yeah.
And going back to August 22nd, 2022, did you click on a link on that Surface Pro that was titled?
Not that I recall.
She was becoming overly concerned with the children's health, especially Cora, because she was having all of those stomach issues. However, the Commonwealth claims that in August of 2022, before she was taking Seroquel, that she was Googling suicidal methods before taking that medication. Then they jumped to December 15th of 2022. She went to the emergency department because she had made a statement to her dad that she wanted to harm herself. And then December 31st, 2022, 16 days later, she went back to the emergency room and was later then referred to McLean Hospital because she was still talking about harming herself. The Commonwealth then asked Patrick if he knew that she was taking selfies while at the hospital. He said he did not. They moved to admit 2 of the selfies into evidence and showed them to the jury. We can take a quick look at those.
Are you aware that night while at the hospital, Lindsay was taking selfies?
No.
Would you submit these 2 photos as the exhibit?
Right, that may be admitted, or they may be admitted.
Can you exhibit 8? Taking a selfie at the hospital, is that correct?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then the second page is just her legs in the doorway, is that correct?
Yep.
So it was also revealed that she didn't actually see a doctor until like the 3rd day, and the Commonwealth asked Patrick if he was aware of that, to which he also said no. Then they switched gears and began talking about January 15th of 2023. And remember, this crime occurred January 24th, 2023. On January 15th, they went to a water park and they showed some photos and some video of that visit. And we can take a look at some of that.
Your attention to January 15th, 2023. Did you and Lindsay and the kids go to the Cape Codder in Hyannis?
Yeah.
And was there a water park there?
Yeah.
And how was Lindsay's demeanor that day?
It seemed pretty good.
Was she able to interact with the children and participate in the activities?
Yes.
I could bring up photos again. I would just like you to look at the photos to point out who the individuals are in the photo. So here in the dark shorts with the white band on the top,
It's me.
and then in the bathing suit here with the ponytail,
It's Cora.
and then in the striped swimsuit at the bottom.
It's Dawson.
And then here in the black bathing suit without shoulder straps,
Lindsay.
Lindsay. And is that was Cora with her?
Yes.
And in this third photo, is that Lindsay with Callan in her arms?
Yeah.
And that photo there, is that Dawson with the striped bathing suit?
Yep.
Okay. We can go to the video with the court's permission.
How long?
I'm just going to go to certain clips. If we could start with from the beginning to 40 seconds in and play. Sir, if you could tell us who, well, can you confirm that that's you and the children and Lindsay arriving now?
Yes.
Would that be Cora in the purple jacket with the pink boots
Yes.
and Lindsay in the gray coat with the backpack?
Yes.
And then if we could go to 139. And during this time, are you waiting to check in and get your wristbands and all of that?
Yeah.
We could go to 647. Do you recognize this play area?
Yes.
And did you and Lindsay and the children go over to this hardship area?
Yep.
Showing you here, is that Cora that just went down the slide?
Yeah.
And is that you there by the slide?
Yeah.
We can go to 1122. We could go to 1406. Oh, okay. 45. Okay. $16.25. Sir, here at 1625. That Cora and then Lindsay that go down the slide together.
Yeah.
We can go to 1745. Got the same thing here.
Yeah.
So she's able to interact with Cora and the others, participate in the activities.
Yeah.
If we could go to 4753, please. You're up in the corner here.
Yep.
Is this you and Dawson and Cora entering the pool area?
Yeah.
Lindsay was with Callan at that time, correct?
Yes.
So you were comfortable with her being off in a separate area with Callan while you were with Cora and Dawson that day?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all, thank you. I move to submit the pod photos and timeline.
The
Felt
Really, family fun and just lightheartedness, and to know what was going to happen just a few weeks later is really is heartbreaking. This is a really difficult case, and the jury really is going to have to, separate their emotion from it, in order to stay, fair and unbiased, and try to give a just verdict. So now they were moved to the day, January 24th, 2023. They established through Patrick that Lindsay had taken Cora to the pediatrician that morning around 8 a.m. While they were there, Patrick sent a photo of Dawson to Lindsay because he was excited that he had dressed himself all by himself for the very first time. Super cute. And she responded back to him with a photo of Cora at the pediatrician's office, showing that everything was normal. She was fine at the beginning of that day. And Patrick he was asked if he was worried about leaving the children with Lindsay. And his answer was he was not worried, and that day was actually one of her best days. I don't know.
comfortable leaving Callan and Dawson home with her that day?
Yeah.
And why is that?
She seemed to be doing a lot better.
In what ways did she seem to be doing better?
Her mood seemed better. She was more active, and she was able to partake in more things.
And a few other things the Commonwealth was able to get from Patrick was they usually get takeout that's closer to home, but they had been to 3V about 3 times in the past. So, it really wasn't too out of the ordinary. And shortly after that, court broke for the day, and I was planning to resume on Wednesday, July 29th. So I will make an additional video with the rest of Patrick Clancy's direct testimony and then we'll get into his cross-examination as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe and put all your questions and comments in the comment section. Thank you.